Hi Aquarius, welcome to your reading. This is going to be for mid-December. It is for Aquarius, sun, moon. I got that. Not moon, moon, rising and Venus signs. If this one doesn't resonate, definitely check out your other placements. It is a general reading, so it may not resonate for everyone who watches. So we're going to get into your current energy, the near future, and then what Spirit wants you to focus on. After that, we'll take a peek at your person's energy, your energy, and see what's going on with you guys. If you are returning, welcome back. If you are new, welcome. I hope you'll stay. I am available for personal readings. That information's in the description box below the video or in my About section of my channel. I just saw your card. I had tried to do your reading earlier, but something just didn't feel right. So I stepped away and I wanted to start over. But I do feel like your card's showing up because, well, your birthday season's coming soon. And yes, it feels like a lot of healing is happening. I just feel like you're at a place where releasing the past is quite a bit easier than it used to be. And you know, practice makes perfect. So the more that we can do that and work through things and understand why they've happened, why we needed to go through them, take those lessons, really be grateful for them and move on, the healing happens much quicker each time something kind of trips us up. So I feel like that's the energy you're going to be in probably for the next couple of months, actually. This isn't just going to be from mid-December to mid-January. I feel like through your birthday month, you're going to see some really significant things in your life shift because of the work that you've done and the healing that you've done. All right, so in the recent, well, I'm going to say the current energy, not the recent past, which is what we normally do. We've got the Knight of Swords in reverse with the Page of Swords in reverse, and then we have the Five of Wands in reverse. So, and here's that walking away energy. In the near future, the Five of Pentacles with the Queen of Pentacles and the Moon. Then what Spirit wants you to focus on is the Knight of Cups in reverse with the Tower in reverse and the World. Like I said, you're going through some major changes. Some of them may still be there. I think this is going to be not necessarily a surprise. I think you've been working on this for quite some time. I feel like saying this is a 7-year cycle. Could have been a lot longer than that for you, but for some reason, something's coming up about 7 years. That may pertain to one of you. So the overall energy is the Ten of Swords in reverse, which is maybe you haven't been quite done with something in your life. It does feel like there has been betrayals. We've all experienced them. I know that. But it's like you don't want to sit in that mental space any longer. So whatever this is, it is really pumping you up to release it. Let's see what's behind that. So there's the King of Pentacles. So in order to find that stability that you're looking for, you definitely don't want to carry the energy of something that's happened before into a new situation. I think your back is to whatever that is. As I said, next couple of months going to be a lot smoother. The King of Pentacles is really secure within himself. And this is what I feel like your energy is. It's like you're grounded. You found that place of stability that maybe most people around you don't have. And you just kind of like, I've got this. I'm kind of a boss of my situation. Even though the difficult times, the Lovers in reverse with the Ten of Swords in reverse, through those relationships that you've been releasing, the King of Pentacles just says you found a way to get through them without losing it all. And some people do. They get into a rut. They can't continue to function. Things get really bad for a bit, but I don't think that's what you're doing. I think you're in a place where you're actually holding things together fairly well. All right, so in your current energy, the Knight of Swords in reverse with the Page of Swords in reverse and the Five of Wands. You could be holding back. This feels like you've got information that you're holding on to, whether it be about you or about something else. It's almost as if you don't want to step too quickly or speak too quickly into a situation because you know if you do that it could create some drama. So maybe this is a work situation. There's somebody's kind of immature and you've been dealing with someone who I think just spits off at the mouth. And you don't want to really speak up to that person because you know if you do, it's going to create chaos and some other problems. That's not going to be for everybody. This could also be a partner that you're dealing with. And right now, you could be biting your tongue and not wanting to say anything because, again, you know it's going to create some type of argument. It doesn't mean that they're always immature or that they always act this way. It just feels like at times they do, and you pick your battles, right? So if that's you and you're in this relationship, I can see where you kind of want to avoid anything that's going to create a problem, especially around the holidays, just so you can kind of get through it. Could be a sibling or somebody that you have to run into at the family dinner and you really want to say something. I'm kind of giggling because we all have that, where there's just that one person that you feel like you need to say something to, but instead I think you're going to hold your tongue. Now, in the near future, we'll clarify that in a minute. We have the Five of Pentacles with the Queen of Pentacles and the Moon. This is like not allowing anything to rock the boat for you. The Moon says that there can be some fears at times and fears of abandonment. But again, you're holding it together. You may just be kind of holding your head down and focusing on work and not dealing with whatever else this is if it's a work situation for you. But I think things are going to come to light soon. And, you know, at times you may feel like people sort of ostracize you, or you feel a little bit like you can't win. I think you're going to walk away from that as well. Sometimes it's hard to be in environments where we don't feel like we connect with people. And that could be the case. Now, because I saw the King of Pentacles, you could be the boss of a group of people, and you have to play both parts. Like you have to be both the masculine energy and the feminine energy to deal with people who have difficulties or play games or create problems. In this case, I'm going to say you hold it together well. Now, if there are things that are going to be revealed to you with this moon cycle, let's say this full moon that we're dealing with today, because I'm actually recording on the 18th. So for some of you, it's today, and some of you, it's tomorrow. This could be something coming to light, allowing you to finally release it. Maybe you're about to bump into a family member and it's just time to let it go, to finally just say, hey, this is how I feel. I don't want to deal with this anymore. You could have fear around approaching someone, but it will really create more of a sense of peace for you. That's your grounded side. That's the part of you that's like, look, I don't really have time for this. If we're going to deal with it, let's do it and just put it behind us, because I really have too many things that I need to focus on. My work is important. The things that I'm doing in my life are important, and I don't really have time for games. All right. So what Spirit wants you to focus on, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, the Tower in reverse, and the World. And what I want to say is that you could be feeling like you're holding yourself back. Some of you may not be in a relationship or dealing with somebody right now and just don't want to offer up love. But that's about to change. So Spirit's like, just take the time that you need to take. If you don't feel like the timing is right, then there's no sense in blowing your life up in order to jump into a new relationship. But things are going to change in the future. With the World card, that means that whatever cycle you were in, maybe you were holding back and you just wanted to wait until you were really ready, in the right place in your life, had dealt with whatever things had been going on for you recently, whether it be work or family, and just kind of hold on to your emotions. And as things start to shift and change, then you'll start to look for love. But right now, I think you're just about to get to a place where that cycle closes out and you start something new. All right, so let's go ahead and clarify with the Knight of Swords in reverse and the Page of Swords in reverse. Where is it that you don't want to take action or speak your mind? Let's see if we can get more clarification. We've got the Justice card. Maybe you don't think that things are going to get any better if you do. Sometimes it doesn't, but balance is needed. So I feel like you're kind of being pushed to speak up, because it's really going to help balance things out for you. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing it for the benefit of the other person. It really is for your own sanity. Now, she's looking great. So you could just be saying, you know what? I feel good about what I'm doing myself. And if you're going to act this way, that's kind of your problem. But I do feel like I need to speak up and say something, just so that we can make sure we understand each other. All right, so let's look at the Page of Swords with the Five of Wands in reverse. And then the Strength card in reverse. Yeah, it could be pulling at you quite a bit. It's draining when you have to deal with outside people. It's just tough, especially in a work situation where someone's immature. Now, if this is a relationship, again, things need to be balanced out because it's drawing on your strength. It's drawing on your ability to probably function on a daily basis. So speaking up, don't hold back. If you have something you've got to say, get it out. It will rejuvenate you. Even if it creates a little bit of a bump in the road, I promise you'll feel much better if you just say what you have to say. All right, the Five of Pentacles with the Queen of Pentacles. And then we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. Yeah, because as soon as you abandon that, you leave that situation behind, you deal with it, it's gone, then it doesn't cause any more of a lack of sleep or problems or worrying or all those things that come with holding on to something that we really shouldn't. All right, so the Queen of Pentacles with the Moon card. Is something going to come to light? Maybe there'll be that epiphany moment for you, the Six of Cups. And you just say, look, I've been giving a lot to this situation. I've done my damnedest to put in the effort. And if you can't, then that's on you. I need to express myself in order to find peace in my life because I just don't want to lose sleep over it anymore. I've got other things to focus on. So if you have a fear surrounding around that, I'd say, again, it's going to make you feel a lot better if you do take the steps to say something. All right, so the Knight of Cups in reverse with the Tower in reverse. This is for Aquarius. And then we have the World in reverse up here, clarifying these, where you feel held back or stuck. Spirit's like, look, things can't move if you stay in this place. If you don't let things fall apart that are meant to fall apart, then you can't shift. And it's time. So they will come in and do something to create that change. If you're unwilling or you resist, I promise you, it's my favorite saying, the universe will bang your head against a brick wall until you finally get it. And then you're going to be forced. And it's always better to do it willingly if you know that this is coming instead of resisting the change. All right, so the Tower in reverse with the World. And then we have the Page of Cups. So at times, who you're dealing with, again, this is that emotional immaturity. Before it was someone who's probably verbally a little childlike, and that could be the reason why, right? Because they're emotional and it's like emotionally immature, and sometimes you just don't want to deal with it. But this is saying you have to. Now, if you have a child, Spirit wants you to focus on a child that might be emotionally withdrawn right now, and I think things are about to change in that child's life as well. So for some of you that may be the case. It doesn't have to be a masculine or feminine energy. It's just someone who's a little bit younger, and usually when it's upside down it means that they're challenged. They're having some emotional difficulties around something, probably because they too don't like a lot of change. Kids have trouble with that. So if things are shifting in your life and you're having to make significant changes, they may be a little disrupted by it. Okay, so let's go ahead and clear this and we'll get into the person that you are thinking about. So think about them for just a moment while I clear these. All right, so what's going to be the main focus is wanting to avoid drama as much as possible. It may feel like people seem to bring it to you, and in this case, I think you shut it down as quickly as you can. That's also a little advice from Spirit. It's like, just shut it down. And the quicker you are to deal with it and not hold on to it, the quicker it resolves itself and balance comes. All right, so let's take a peek at your person's energy and your energy. This is for Aquarius, please. Okay, so your person's energy is, there we go with that page again, the Page of Pentacles. You could be dealing just with somebody a little bit younger than you. So the Two of Swords, this person seems conflicted about how to come towards you, but they're trying desperately to make some changes. They may be somebody who's a little bit scared of the future. Your energy is Temperance in reverse, losing a little bit of patience. There's your World card again, saying, you know what, I'm going to change and I'm going to start moving forward, whether you change or not. Like, this is happening for me. And the Four of Pentacles says you're holding on pretty tightly. Remember I said there's the Tower card. Something's about to shift. Now the Knight of Wands, being the overall energy, is somebody wants to move in quickly and passionately and fast. So if your person's going through a lot of changes, I feel like they're going to take this opportunity to come in and say, hey, look, I'm trying to make some really smart decisions. I know that I've been confused in the past, but things have really changed for me. Now you could be dealing with a Scorpio, a Leo, Sag, Aries, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. We have strong Scorpio, both the Tower and the Death card. And then Sagittarius energy. So they just don't know what the future looks like. And I think they're afraid that you're not going to be in it. Even though they've made the changes, I think they feel like they're pushing you away. I think a part of you is trying to hold on to it, hoping that whatever shifts they need to make are going to be successful for the relationship. But I think, again, you're losing a little bit of patience. So the world is just saying, you're changing. And if they don't want to change along with you and they don't want to go on this new ride, then maybe you need to hold back a little bit. You could feel like at times you've held on too tightly, and that needs to shift as well. Because something big is happening in your life. I can't say that enough. All right, so let's take a peek at the romance angels, and then we'll get some advice for you. This is for Aquarius. Let me move these out of the way. Okay, so we have chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. You could feel that. The Death and the Tower feel like really explosive types of energies. Doesn't mean that you are with each other, maybe at times, but there's just a lot of drive and passion to be in this. I just want to say explosive. And then children, your love life is being affected by children. I brought children up in the main reading. It's not going to be for everybody, but it could be that there's some difficulty for the kids in these changes that are happening. And then release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. One or both of you could be holding on to something from the past that is creating problems in this relationship, and that could be what you're about to shift out of. So if this is something newer, that would make sense. Now, for those of you that this was a relationship and you're looking to see if the person from the past, yes, they could be coming towards you, but I think Spirit's trying to say it doesn't matter how much they've tried to change. Their indecisiveness has not really. So you may be dealing with the same type of immature energy if they come back. Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Codependency is not a 4-letter word, but it can make things difficult. If someone's in a relationship to get something from another person and they're not there to be in a relationship, meaning that they're good within and they give to the relationship, yes, you look out for each other's needs, things like that. But if someone's codependent, they just want a physical body there. They're not as interactive in a relationship and care less about your needs. So if you were dealing with somebody like that, that's why they're saying release your ex. And then you deserve love. You are lovable. Absolutely. So it's going to be different for all of you. You may get impatient and decide this is it. Like, I'm starting a new chapter in my life and I just don't have time for this. So I've got to release you. And that could have been why the 5 of Pentacles showed up. One or the both of you could have felt abandoned by each other. You could have felt very abandoned by this person, especially if they're what I feel like what I'm describing about someone who just can't make up their mind or they're very immature. All right, so what is the advice for Aquarius? The Lovers in reverse. So yeah, I think they're saying just maintain your stability, maintain your strength. For some reason, after I just shuffled and cut the cards, similar cards are coming out, which means that they're just, they're verifying for you that this person is obviously a little bit immature and they don't know how to communicate. So I think you're going to have to hold tight to your own well-being. Keep yourself grounded, because the pain, I think, is just going to repeat if this person comes back. Now, if you're in a current relationship with them, there's going to have to be some massive change in order for this to really function as a healthy relationship. All right, let's see what the Lovers Oracle has for you. This is for Aquarius. All right, this one seems important. It says soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. For those of you who are releasing someone from the past, there's somebody new, strong energy of somebody new coming in. Look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. Always important to look within And then if you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind. For the heart is the gateway to the soul. I love that. I always say the eyes are the windows to the soul. I want to grab one more for some reason. Trust, transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. Amazing. So let's get a couple of cards from the Wisdom of the Oracle to close this out. It's funny, I just saw the No Place Like Home card. I'll show you guys this one. And I had just thought before I came in to do your reading that I hadn't seen that much. Like there wasn't a lot of talk about people moving or shifting homes. But if you are leaving a relationship, maybe it was a long-term or even a marriage, home could be what's happening, and that could be why you have a child that's having some trouble. I felt that earlier, like moving home is always difficult for everyone, but children especially. So that could be coming up for some of you. All right. And then we have Treasure Island, which is a 9. This is great because on the other side of anything difficult or something that has to close out, Spirit always comes in and brings something good to regain your hope, to get yourself back on track. So I feel like something really good is going to come in if you do decide to allow this change to happen. And then we have flexible. So you go from a 9 straight to a 10. If you can go with it and not fight it and resist it and be as flexible as possible, I promise you what's on the other side of this will be so much better for you. All right, let's get another card. We've got building blocks. This is another 10. There are major new beginnings for you. Something is going to be starting literally with the 2 world cards coming out. This is brand new. This is starting from scratch. Even if it's within a relationship that has had some major changes happen in it, it could be new beginnings within, and you're like saying, all right, let's start from ground zero. We're going to have to in order for this to work out. Both of you have to be flexible in order for that to happen. But starting at the bottom and building, just like Capricorn energy has been pushing us to do, you're going to see how doing that builds it on a much more secure foundation. So anything that wasn't secure prior to this energy is what's falling away from your life. And then time for a nap. Yeah, you're probably going to feel that way if you've been going through all this, because closing out cycles and ending things and then these new beginnings are exhausting. So I'm going to say, if you have to make all these changes, that it is going to be really important for you to take some time for yourself and rest through. All right, guys, those were your messages. I hope this helped. Thank you so, so much for being here. Thank you for all your likes, shares, comments, subscribes, all that good stuff. If you'd like a personal, that information's in the description box below the video or in my about section. I hope you have a great mid-month, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.